Hello all you delectable people of the dinternet, I hope you're all doing delightful. Today we are going to be attempting to convert my 1978 HZ, which is powered by a LS, to power steering. Something I've been wanting to do for the whole time I've owned the car, which is almost half my life. So let me show you what we've got and what the plan is. So this is my pride and joy, my baby, that I've owned for almost half my life. I've owned this thing for almost 20 years and I absolutely love it. This is very much a forever car for me. Around 8-9 years ago, we did an LS swap in it. So we bought a V8 VE from the auctions that had been hit up the rear, and we did engine, 6-speed transmission, all that stuff in it. And then a few years later, we pulled the motor out and did a bunch of work to the engine. It's a stout little car. It does the quarter mile in pretty much flat 11 seconds. That is also on a street tire as well. So yeah, it's a really, really fun car to drive. It's got a 9-inch rear end with a true track and 3.7s and suspension, brake upgrades, blah, blah, blah. If you want to see more details on this thing, check out previous videos on this car. One thing I've always wanted to do to this car ever since I got it was convert it to power steering. For some reason, the older I get, the heavier the steering gets. Don't know why. So these are the parts that we've basically gone through and collected to do this. I've been collecting parts for over 2 years to do this conversion. We have a reconditioned HQ to WB power steering box. These are getting pretty hard to find and they are also super expensive. So we have acquired one of them. We've got some new bolts and washers to bolt that on. We have a new Petters pitman arm to go onto the box. We have a new steering coupling with rag joint. So that's going to go onto the box. Here we have genuine Holden, so VE power steering pump. Low pressure hoses. We've got the bracket for the pump. We've got the side bracket for the reservoir. All of the bolts and everything are down in there as well. So we've got everything we need for that. We've just gone with an eBay power steering pump with a metal pulley, just because of how cheap they are. We've got ourselves a small transmission cooler that we're going to use as a power steering cooler, and also got a new belt as well, because obviously that pulley is bigger than my power steering delete pulley. So that belt is shorter than that belt. The only other things we need besides on this is some low pressure line, which I've got heaps in stock for, and we will need to get a high pressure line made up to go from the pump to, from the box to the pump. But I want to have someone come out and do that. So basically, first plan is to try and get the box side of things sorted. So basically everything there. The only thing I've realized I don't have this morning is the nut for the pitman arm that goes onto the box, but I'm hoping the nut on the manual steering box is the same. So let's get the car up first and we'll check that. And if it is good, we'll go about pulling the non-power steering box off. So this is our manual steering box up here. I've gone ahead and pulled the nut for the pitman arm off the bottom of it and the washer, and we have had some success. It looks like it is the same nut for the power steering box. So that's awesome. So now we can go through and pull our manual steering box off. We've got this cover up here that covers the rag joint that's held on with a nut and a cable tie. It's not supposed to have a cable tie. So then we can unbolt the rag joint, unbolt the nut on the pitman arm to the drag link and knock that loose. And then we've just got 3 bolts on the outside here to go through and undo to get the box off. So we'll just start pulling this all apart. So we have our drag link unbolted and that's knocked loose. We have our rag joint up there is unbolted. We have obviously our cover off. I'm glad I'm sort of replacing that rag joint because it's actually half stuffed. I've never actually inspected that the whole time I've owned this car. I also dropped the sway bar down just to give us a bit more room to get the actual box out. So now it's just a matter of unbolting these 3 bolts on the side here. So we'll get them off and get this manual box out for good. And just like that, I have no box. Here is our old, here is our new. So now we're gonna go through and fit our rag joint to our power steering box. I'm gonna install the pitman arm. So what I would do on other vehicles doing something similar to this is I'd basically count the turns of how much this turns, full lock left to full lock right, set it in the middle, and then set the pitman arm roughly at that direction type scenario. So let's just get after it. Got them both set at center, and it was all for nothing, because one thing that I realized is if you actually look down here, there is a thick spline on the box shaft that aligns with a thick spline on the pitman arm. So the pitman arm can only go on one way essentially anyway. So anyways, let's get this all in the car. Awesome, so everything from under the car is pretty much done. We have our power steering box bolted on with new hardware. Sorry about the reflection. So there's our new bolts. We have the pitman arm nut tightened up. We have the castle nut on the drag link done up with a new split pin. Sway bar is back on, so now we can just drop it down. We'll do up our steering coupling and put our cover back on. Rightio legends, everything related to the power steering box is done. It's all mounted, secured, everything. Got our cover back on, which I did have to trim out the hole a little bit. So that's all good. One thing I didn't mention as well is this steering box is about 2 1/4 turns lock to lock, whereas my manual box was 5 1/2 turns lock to lock. So I'm looking forward to not steering the boat essentially. So yeah, that's going to be good. So now we can go about getting all of this stuff mounted and installed. So I've pulled the engine cover off. So we'll start by removing our catch can, our belt, and our pulley, our power steering pump delete pulley, and figuring out how everything is going to go. Also, forgot to tell you as well, going in with a HSV engine cover that has the hole for the power steering. Awesome sauce. We have our belt and catch can and power steering delete bracket and pulley off. So everything is now chilling there. So first step is to go in and mount our power steering pump bracket. So we'll get that on. Terrific stuff. Got our bracket on, 3 bolts. My main earth wire picks up on that bolt, so I just had to move that. So yeah, that's all on with new bolts. Now we can get the pump on. Terrific. Pump is on, as is our new belt. All looking good. Happy days. Next step is going to be getting this bracket on for the reservoir and the low pressure line from the reservoir to the pump. Alrighty, it's looking more and more like a power steering car. So we've got our bracket and reservoir are on, and our soft feed line from our reservoir to our pump. We've also mounted our power steering cooler just down here. I've just ripped up a little bracket. I've only mounted it on the top mounts because it is a small bracket, so it doesn't need a lot. So I've got the local hydraulics guy. He's coming out here shortly to have a look, see if he can make up a high pressure line for us. And if he's got the fittings, he thinks he might need to order the fittings, but fingers crossed he can do it today. If not, it'll roll over to early next week. But we need a high pressure line that's going to come off the outlet of the pump. I'm going to run it forward down the frame rail, through the front of the car, down underneath there, and then it will spit back out here and go onto the inlet of the box. Then we need to run a soft low pressure line from the outlet of the box back through the front of the car onto our cooler, then out of the cooler, back down and around and onto our reservoir. So while I'm waiting for him, I'm going to start getting the soft lines made up and installed and go from there. Rightio legends, that's it. We've gone as far as we can go. The hydraulic guy has been out to try and make up a line, and unfortunately he doesn't have the fitting for the box. It's not something that they carry locally. We're going to have to get that in, and he's going to be back in a few days, which will be early next week, to do that. So we're just going to have to push this whole scenario to the side for now. But besides from that, we've gone as far as we can. We've run our low pressure return line from the box down through the rad support up to the transmission cooler, then out of the transmission cooler, down through the front, back through the rad support to the reservoir. So that's done. And I've also ran new hoses from the engine to the catch can, and I've mounted the catch can here, modified the bracket and painted it black. I'm also going to paint that black too, the windscreen washer bottle that I have literally never used. And we've got our LS3 engine cover on as well. So that's basically it. We're pretty much all done with the exception of that high pressure line. So as soon as that line is done, we can put it on, secure it, fill it with oil, and we're done. But we'll pick that up now. Alrighty legends, it has been about 4 days since we worked on this. I apologize for the glare on this screen too. I've cracked my camera lens, so yeah, it's not great. But basically, it's all done. So I've had a high pressure line made up, which comes off the pump, down, goes down the front of the car, down through there, and then goes onto the box down there. We've filled it up with power steering fluid. I went in with Penrite ATF LV. VE Commodores run that fluid as a power steering fluid, whereas HZ's originally run Dextron 3, but LV covers everything that Dextron 3 does anyway, so that's why I went with that oil. And yeah, jacked the front of the car up, bled it up and turned the wheels with no load on the front wheels. So now when we start it up, it's literally one finger. It's so good. All that's left now is to take this thing for a test drive and see how it drives with power steering. That's it, guys. That's going to do us for this episode. We've taken the thing for a bit of a run around town, and I'm enjoying it way more than I ever have. It doesn't even feel like it's my car. Just something by putting power steering on a car, it's just completely transformed how this car drives. And I think it's just because I've owned it for so long and I've gotten so used to how it feels. It's just a bit weird, but in a really, really good way. So love that I've done this mod. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you want to see more content like this, please remember to like and subscribe. And until I see you in the next episode, be good to yourselves and each other.